On board the RMS Titanic, hidden away from the grand staircases, the elegant dining halls, and the luxurious cabins that most passengers experienced, there was a small, focused space filled with equipment, wires, and constant activity. Please subscribe. A place where communication flowed across invisible distances, connecting the ship to the outside world in a way that felt almost magical for its time. And within this space worked the wireless operators, individuals whose role would become one of the most important and remembered aspects of the Titanic's story. Wireless communication was still a relatively new technology, but it had already begun to transform the way ships communicated at sea. Instead of relying solely on visual signals or physical messages, ships could now send and receive information over long distances using radio waves, allowing them to stay connected even when they were far from land. This innovation added a new level of safety and coordination to maritime travel, and the Titanic was equipped with one of the most advanced systems available. The wireless operators on the Titanic were responsible for managing this system, ensuring that messages were sent and received accurately and efficiently. Their work required skill, focus, and constant attention, as they had to interpret signals, manage communication traffic, and respond to incoming messages in real time. It was a role that demanded both technical ability and mental discipline, as mistakes could lead to misunderstandings or missed information, updates, and general communication with other ships and stations. Passengers often used the wireless service to send personal messages, adding a social aspect to the technology. For many, it was exciting to know that they could communicate with people far away while traveling across the ocean. However, the role of the wireless operators became far more critical as the journey progressed. They began to receive messages from other ships warning about ice in the area, information that needed to be handled carefully and passed along to the appropriate officers. These warnings were part of a broader network of communication that helped ships navigate safely, and they highlighted the importance of the wireless system. As the situation developed, the workload of the operators increased. They had to balance the demands of routine communication with the need to process and prioritize important messages. This required quick thinking and effective decision-making, as not all messages carried the same level of urgency. When the Titanic struck the iceberg, the role of the wireless operators shifted dramatically. What had been a routine job became a race against time, as they began to send emergency signals in an effort to reach nearby ships. These signals, sent in Morse code, carried urgent requests for assistance, marking a critical moment in the use of wireless communication at sea. The operators continued to work under increasing pressure, sending repeated distress signals and providing information about the ship's position. Their actions played a key role in ensuring that other ships were aware of the situation and could respond accordingly. This communication was essential in coordinating rescue efforts and ultimately contributed to the survival of those who were able to escape. What makes their story particularly powerful is the dedication they showed during these moments. Despite the growing danger, they remained at their posts, focused on their task, understanding that their work could make a difference. Their commitment to their role reflects a sense of responsibility and professionalism that is both admirable and inspiring. Looking back, the role of the wireless operators on the Titanic can be seen as a turning point in the history of maritime communication. Their actions demonstrated the importance of having reliable communication systems and trained individuals to operate them, influencing changes and improvements in safety protocols in the years that followed. More than a century later, their story continues to be remembered as an example of how technology and human effort can come together in critical moments. It shows how individuals, working behind the scenes, can have a significant impact on events, even if they are not always visible to others. In the end, the wireless operators on the Titanic were more than just technicians. They were a vital link between the ship and the outside world, a connection that proved to be essential when it was needed most. Their work, carried out under challenging conditions, remains an important part of the Titanic's legacy, reminding us of the role that communication plays in both everyday life and moments of crisis. The signals they sent may have faded into history, but their impact continues to be felt, serving as a reminder that even in the most difficult situations, the actions of a few individuals can make a lasting difference.